I'm so down if you're born a male and you're like, I decided I want to be a female, so call me she. All right, cool. The they them thing just breaks my brain a little.
Well, because
it sounds like I'm talking to multiple people. Because it's language.
The irony is, right, I'm a transphobe, right? And people get upset and I'm like, bro, I'm just telling you the truth. I have a genuine fear of trans people. It's confusing to me and it blows my mind. And they never go to the complete other side enough to where even the ones that go all the way over is just like, that's a lot for me. You know what I mean? For my brain.
It's something that doesn't.
It's just confusing. I'm confused.
So you're openly saying you're transphobic?
Yes.
Okay.
I've said this multiple times and people get mad at me. Don't get mad at me because I'm scared. The fuck you want me to do? I see that shit.
Have you had any conversations with any trans people?
No, and that's what I'm trying to set up on my podcast because I'm trying to have a better understanding. I don't think they're going to kill me. It's just a scary thought. The confusion worries me.
Do you think being confused and being scared are separate or they're kind of the same? Because scared is like, or when we hear the word transphobic.
Fear means danger, right? So the danger would be, right, if for most black men, you would be worried that you're going to run into a woman that was a man, right? That previously, right? You could have had the Johnson sliced off, could have got the breast, all the female hormones, but you still don't want that to happen to you. That's a big thing. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. That would bother me.
So you want to have an open conversation with someone who's from the trans community to help understand.
Yeah.
Because I do think that there are people who genuinely decide like, I'm not this, and in order for me to be happy and fulfilled, I have to live my life this way.
And I respect that concept completely and all of those other concepts, right? The problem is when you start trying to change what I see. That's my problem.
So I think that
see that's what I don't like about.
So this is what I think. I think that like you're at least open enough to where you can say, I truly am confused about what this is.
And have a genuine fear.
And I genuinely would like to sit down and have a dialogue with someone who is from that community because I would like to understand it more.
Yeah.
And I think that is where what you're saying is different than probably a lot of the hate and bigotry and negativity that someone who is in the trans community or someone who did grow up as like maybe a trans 17 or 18-year-old, they experience that word transphobic in a different way. That probably means violence,
hate them,
hatred, that their health being at risk, discrimination.
Sure.
You're saying it in terms of, hey, look,
the actual definition.
Really, this is a language thing. It means, like you said, danger, fear, right? And I wouldn't say that you probably fear for your life.
No.
But you don't understand it.
Sure.
And so I think what yours, because I don't want people to be like, Glasses Malone says he's transphobic.
They can say that. I'm okay with being who I am and honest about who I am.
But what the difference is like with that word comes, and whether or not we like to say this is what it says in the dictionary, with that word comes a lot of other stuff attached to it.
So what?
I don't think you're a bigot.
I would never, hell no.
And I don't think you're a hateful person.
Of course I hate some people. And if I hate
but I don't think you're a hateful person though. I don't think you're in your first nature is not being a hateful guy.
No, but I don't think that's even the worst racist concepts. I think it's all rooted in ignorance, right? We're all ignorant.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like if you're scared, if you're arachnophobic, right, or you have arachnophobia, right? You're scared of spiders. It's because you don't understand. You may think all spiders are venomous. You may think they could bite you. You may think all of that. But if you, obviously, right, if you informed yourself or if you were educated, it would bring some level of peace.
I also don't want to compare spiders to trans people because trans people aren't poisonous. They're just
neither
they're
are
just people.
Fucking spiders.
But a lot of spiders are.
Not even a lot. The majority aren't.
But
see how you just did that. See that's the thing with human beings.
But nobody trans is poisonous.
But again, if let's say if it's a man who was a woman, like a man, right, who became a woman,
right,
that's going out of her way because there is some sleeping with guys who she doesn't disclose that she is, and she know that could crush them. That is dangerous. Now I'm not saying
that is dangerous,
but I'm saying
I don't disagree with you.
But I'm saying that's not all of their agenda. It's just like with spiders, their agenda is not to poison everybody.
So the point that you would like to try to understand in sitting down with someone would be some of the I guess, the concept of like why you're deciding to live your life this way? What is?
Well, I think I get it, right? The idea of it makes sense to me, right? Okay, if you really feel like, even though I could never relate, I have no idea, but if you felt you are a woman your whole life and you were a man and you felt that way, I don't think I want to understand how did you feel that way. I don't think that's the point.
Which part of it is confusing to you, that baffles you?
No, once it happens, the fact that you want me to see you different, that's the thing that fucks me up.
So let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
If someone says to you, and I'm not saying Cook on the couch over there, all of a sudden says, hey, I'm a woman, call me she, or I'm gonna cancel you, right?
Sure.
But let's say you meet someone let's say you grew up around somebody. Yeah. You ain't seen them in 10 years.
Yeah.
And you see them and they've transitioned to a woman. I'm not saying that this has happened, because it obviously hasn't happened. No. Now, you know that person as however you know that person, right? Yeah. But if they tell you, hey, look, Glasses, it will make me feel much better. It makes me, if you refer to me as this, if you refer to me as he, or you refer to me as my old name, it hurts. It fucks me up. And obviously we can't tell anybody how to feel.
Sure,
right?
Yeah, pain is pain.
Isn't that a minor inconvenience for you to make someone feel all right? And I'm not saying it's your job to make anyone feel all right.
Well, that's the thing, right? I would do what's ever convenient. I would never, just because as much as I'm a transphobe, right? Which I wouldn't walk up to Bruce, to Caitlin, rather, I wouldn't call that, like, I'm not going out of my way to be like, oh, your mom named you Bruce, I'm gonna name you Bruce. I'm not.
Right.
Feel me? I just wouldn't even fuck with that person. Now, if it's one of my best friends, I'm gonna call him whatever he asking me to call him at, or she's ever asking me to call him at that point. But I would be uncomfortable. Why I'm uncomfortable is I don't quite know. I don't know. I'm being honest with you. I have no idea why. It's almost crazy because my fears is usually, I could, see why, but this one is weird. I'm not a homophobe at all. So when people call, I laugh because that don't mean nothing.
I think it's dope to just hear you say that, like, you're open to having, hey, look, this is how I feel, but I want to have a conversation with somebody from the community because.
But that's what my podcast is all about.